Welcome to the very first episode of Next Chapter Retirees. I'm your host, Shahid Shabazz, and tonight's guest is John Lamar. And we'll start off with letting the audience know that John is my very first guest. So I just want to share with him that I'm grateful for you answering my beckoning call.
My pleasure. Thank
Okay,
you for
so
having me.
let's get started. When did you retire?
I retired in August of 2024, so it's been a little over a year now.
Okay, well, welcome to the retirement community. And what was your career field?
I taught music for nearly 30 years. Um, Most of that, 25 years, was in the high school level, and 5 years I taught middle school, and it was all music.
Oh, shout out to all the teachers across the country.
Yeah, yeah.
If you could start over, what would you do different to prepare yourself for retirement?
Yeah, the one thing that I would change if I had the opportunity to do it all over again would be to start investing sooner. I didn't start investing until about 10 years before I retired. And first attempt at investing I ended up being a victim of a scammer. Took a lot of money from me. And then when I started feeling things weren't right, he ghosted me. So uh, after that experience, I said, oh, maybe investing is not for me, but I just didn't understand how to go about doing it. So fast forward about another 5 years, I went at it again, but this time I learned how to do it on my own. And through some other mentors, uh, I was able to successfully begin my investing career. So that's why I came up with that concept of I wish I could have started earlier because, I would be a lot further along than I am now.
One thing I can share with you as well as the audience is it's never too early and it's never too late. I'm just pleased to know that you did at least invest. So good for you.
Thank you. And it was also important for me to get my sons involved in investing too. And so they're a couple of years in now, and they're doing well too.
Very good. We're talking legacy now. I'm pleased to hear
Yes.
that. Looking back on your career, like what moments or achievements are you most proud of? Anything stand out?
I think overall, looking at the big picture, um, I'm proud of the fact that I was most students' favorite teacher. I
Yeah.
successfully established long-term relationships with some of these former students, and many of them are adults now. And I have one student who graduated in 2009, and he's like my buddy. He's like a music buddy of mine. And one day we were sitting in my house, and the kids were playing in the backyard, and we're barbecuing. And I said, I never would have thought, seeing you in my class as a snotty nosed kid, that we'd be sitting in my house playing dominoes and barbecuing with the kids playing in the yard. So that's an example. That's one example of many of just good relationships I've had with students. And students learn better when they know that the teacher, cares a little something about them. You know what I mean?
Shout out to all the favorite teachers across the country.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that you're retired, how has your daily routine changed?
Um, I think the most striking thing was I don't shop as much as I used to. I used to be, humble brag. I was voted the sharpest dressed teacher a couple of times. And now that I'm retired, I don't have to go shopping for clothes anymore. I mean, I still got a lot of nice clothes, but like this, I mean, t-shirt and sweats, because I'm chilling at the house more now than I've ever been.
That sounds familiar to me as well. So, what is it that you enjoy now that you couldn't do when you work?
I have more time to focus on my music career now. So uh since I retired, I've put out two albums, and it's just when I was working, I was doing that on the side with the mindset of one day it's gonna be my full-time gig.
Mm.
And so that's kind of like where it's evolved at this point, is I'm doing music full time instead of teaching it.
So you do music now?
I do. I have like I said, right now I have a total of 6 albums out right now. I'm working on the 7th. And besides that, it's smooth jazz, it's violin, little R&B. I do weddings, I do parties, I do corporate events, and the like.
For those that are watching and listening, how would they contact you? About your music, about weddings, parties. If I heard you correct.
Yeah, so you can find my YouTube channel, John Lamar Music, on YouTube. My Facebook, I have a John Lamar Music Facebook as well. Instagram, John Lamar Music, and so you can catch my. And then if you go to hearnow.com, you'll get to hear samples of my music, and it will direct you to where you can go on major platforms to download the full albums or whatever song you like. Hear Now, John Lamar at hearnow.com.
Wow, I'm happy for you, and we'll definitely connect with you on YouTube. Do you have any new hobbies or activities since you retired?
Cooking. I'll get home exhausted after teaching 150 kids. Now I got time to cook, and I cook for my family, and I invite them over often to share in my new love for culinary pursuits.
Pleased to hear that. Okay. Do you have any short-term goals? Short-term being anywhere next 12 to 14 months?
Uh, One, I'm starting to realize now, as I said, I have more time to focus on my music career, and so for years I wanted to, you know, kind of dip my toe in the LA musician market. And
Okay.
I live about 60 miles from LA. So, it's a commitment to make that drive, but I wanted to be in that musician market, and it's slowly happening. In fact, I got 3 days in LA this week, matter of fact. And so that was one short-term goal, was to foray my way into getting hired to play in LA and that market. Um and then the other goal is just to keep putting out as many albums as I can, because when you are producing your own content, um, and it takes off, I enjoy seeing a little check every quarter from my music alone. That's very satisfying. So the more people listen, the better it is for me.
I would love to have you back sometime in the future and perhaps get some updates about you, your music, as well as your business.
Sure, we could have a whole session on that alone.
So, what do you like most about retirement?
The freedom.
Yes,
I'm my own boss. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. Um, I say no more often because I'm trying to protect my peace.
yes,
Uh, so that's number one, is just the freedom. I look back and I say, man, I paid my dues. And
yes.
so um, what I try to do now is, just like you have this wonderful podcast that's designed to help retirees. I like to go and talk to my buddies and friends who are still working, and give them a little advice and heads up on some things. For example, when I first retired, I kind of felt a little envy and jealousy with some people who were still working. They would make low
Mhm.
key remarks like, "Oh, must be nice, you get to do what you want, and it just comes off as kind of like envious, you know what I mean? And so
Yes.
I had to quickly learn that I need to start talking to more people who are retired, so I don't get this 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 backlash, this unintended backlash about being retired while they're still going to work every day.
I recall those days as well. We're gonna wind up now. Again, I want to thank you. As I mentioned previously, you are my very first guest, and it means the world for me to have you as the first guest. Again, we'd like to have you back. And before we close out, give out your contact information for your music. I really want the audience to get your contact information.
Sure. On Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, you can find me at John Lamar Music. John Lamar Music. You can also go to John Lamar at hearnow.com, and you can hear free samples of my music. It's only about 30 seconds, but if you like it, you can go and download it and support me that way.
Wow. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click on the notification button. That way, every time I do post new content, you'll be notified. We're going to go ahead and close out. Again, today's host was John Lamar. Thank you very much.
Shahid, it was my pleasure. Thank you very much, and good luck with your podcast.
Yes, sir. Thank you.